We're jumping straight into the last matchup of the evening at Rage Expo 2022. This is the Intel African Masters. Let's get going here, Matt.
Underway, 15AvgGang on the T side, not wasting any time. Straight into the B bomb side they go. Quick couple kills to open up the round. Spike makes his presence known.
No chill, straight out the bat, swinging haymakers in fact.
Yeah, rough, and maybe an indication or a sign of things to come here in this match.
Dry run?
With rounds like that, makes it think they have somewhere to be.
Yeah, places to go, people to see.
Things to do, Tools.
Okay, what I'm looking for on the side of Outlaws is just certain individuals holding their own in certain duels and certain instances, showing some promise intellectually and mechanically.
Yeah, let's see what Outlaws can do here in the server. They played Dust 2 a little bit earlier on, so maybe able to just iron out a few of those kinks. Problem is, Tools, they're just going to get completely outgunned here. So what do you do when you're such a significant underdog in the fragging department? Because really it doesn't matter what strats you come up with if you can't follow through with that individual level. Yeah,
I mean, it's twofold. One, you got to come up with the strat, and two, you got to execute it. And three, individuals need to have the composure. We see a knife coming out, so that's going to buffer the economy there. A few woos and ahs in the crowd.
Yeah,
I know, it's brutal.
Cutting them up alive. We are going to have the investment coming through here for the CT side. Going to have rifles across the board. See there, for example, on HazE, you've got to make sure that if you're going to invest into your rifle, that you have enough money to buy armor as well. Investing into such an expensive gun, you need the armor to back it up and give yourself a fighting chance. As for 15AvgGang, we're probably going to see a carbon copy at the start of every round, but there we go. A flurry of frags, a sea of blue in the kill feed. Oh, I thought they got... Was there a TK in the mix there? I swear they had 3 kills.
It happens so fast, can't really get to a grips of it all. 2 versus 3 on the retake. HazE, anti-Vlad, Lambda Corp taking the game to them, and that's Dotty with the long range headshot to close it all off. That's going to be the second round on the board, third in fact, excuse me, on the 15AvgGang. The gun round is passed, now we're back to the eco territory or upgraded pistols. Depending on what they choose, utility has been purchased up. I do like this in terms of setting your players up, but you just got to execute it well.
Yeah, I need to have a plan here with the utility in these sorts of rounds. Because it's 3-0, the CTs now have a max round loss bonus because you get 2 for losing the pistol.
Yeah.
So I think they could have afforded to invest a little bit more here on a few of their players, maybe bought up armor or just something to complement those pistols. You can dig a bit deeper in these rounds when you have that max round loss bonus behind you. Just important to be aware of that.
100%, and when you look at a map like Dust 2, especially on the defending side, the 2 main objectives in the first couple of seconds of the round: stop them from rushing B and stop them from rushing long. You win those 2 instances, the whole round becomes a lot easier because you're managing your own rotations from that point. You're not getting managed. You're not getting pushed and pulled all over the map.
Yeah, that's such an important part of the CT side, is to be the ones who have that control and information, so you have an idea of what's to come in the round. Right now, what's to come is a gun round. You see, again, a lot of money left on the table here by Outlaws. Could be investing into some valuable utility, just what you were talking about, needing to be the ones to control the choke points. Choke point right now is towards the bomb site. They're going through the molly tools.
Insane, Bones Love, we can get the free kill and make this sitting a nice angle, and that's why you pick the A4, my friends. You get more bullets to work with. Trades are back and forth, but you could say Anti-Vlad has got this in the bag if information is there that they are on low HP.
Oh!
There we go, the no-scope in the face.
No respect at all there from Dotty, going straight through the smoke. It's only Ruskov left remaining.
Oh, what?
1v1. Going to be able to get a flash to see himself across, but he's trying to force the fight right now. He's not going for the plant as would be expected. Look at this positioning from Anti-Vlad though. He is in a wonderful position right now with the AWP.
There we go, that's the first round on the board from Outlaws, Nigeria.
Flip the script, we've reversed the roles, baby. Great positioning there from Anti-Vlad. That was great to hold that angle.
And anticipate the fact that he's not going to go for the objectives of the game. This is like in rugby. Instead of playing the game, you play the man. And that's exactly what let's not say Outlaws, the 15AvgGang are going for.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't respectful at all coming through from them, the way that they forced those fights, and that costed them the round.
And already a trade coming out from Wicked. Bobbing back and forth, trying to find an advantageous fraggle. Duel, better yet, he's going to hide in the smoke, and they're left wondering where exactly is he as his teammates fall below him. Pulls out the pistol, finds another. 2 versus 3. Bomb shortly, about to go down. It's going to be a tough retake for Arsenal. Yeah, never. You don't want to be rotating through CT spawn if you don't have cover from long or from cats. Your toes are just going to get put into the dungeon. I'm going to go for the knife, yeah. Easy spam through the box, and that's the 5th round on the board. And can't help but feel majority of the rounds are going to mimic that of...
Yeah. I mean, the one round Outlaws did win was because 15AvgGang just got completely ahead of themselves and were way too overzealous, so yeah. It's not something sustainable that you can rely on for Outlaws to continue to win rounds here. Bit of a disjointed investment. Wicked not buying up with the rest of his teammates here. Normally, even if you don't have enough money to buy, you just invest if the rest of your team has as well. No point in saving if they've bought up.
Facts, man. Labrador taking up point towards long smoke, but it's only covering a bit of that long corridor. Labrador open up the scoreboard there, and Razio looking to get the second one. There we go. Majority of the rest of the defense sitting outside the B doors. Doddy covering the rotations. Shame. Easiest frag of his entire career. Yeah,
the player just literally appears in his scope and then stops there dead in his tracks. Nice kill from Audacity at range. Maybe a little bit more there to get some extra cash. Problem is she's grouped, corralled into the corner and dealt with by Lambda Core. 15AvgGang, they're in pursuit of a rematch against Bravado here, Tools. That's all they want.
I'm pretty sure they have that at their blinkers in the rear view mirror. Reminiscent of the past game and focusing on the current.
Gonna be another eco around here, Tools. Remember, 15AvgGang, amongst all 5 players, they've played something like 20,000 Face-It games across 5 players, Tools. That is a lot of Counter-Strike action that these guys have played. They've got a huge amount of hours in the game. And it means that they're not unfamiliar with some puggy Counter-Strike, so it's not even like they're having to play like a team right now.
I mean, you would imagine majority of those hours will be, puggy, open, DM, just getting the feel of the game, the feel of the mechanics, and the rest of it would be general team play, strategic moves, set pieces here and there.
Yeah.
And looking to incorporate that, and let's give them the benefit of the doubt that, through the travel, through organizing themselves to get all the tech things that they had to get through, that today they didn't really feel comfortable, yet they still took Bravado to the outer edges, towards the 3rd map, giving us a thriller, a show. But Outlaws just need to look for a glimmer of hope, and at every turning point I feel it might be around to them, but no. Getting outclassed at every position. That's another no-scope coming in from Anti-Vlad.
I will say, it does feel like there's been a bit more impetus coming through here from Outlaws in their individual capacity compared to what we saw against Bravado. The problem is that they just don't have the tactical depth. Even their utility usage and their protocols, it's actually what's costing them at the moment. You think about how these rounds are starting towards long. Every single time Outlaws are just able, 15AvgGang are able to get out for free. You need to have that set util, Tools. Why don't you walk us through the ideal take of long for a CT side?
Well, first guy needs to molly the door, second guy needs to drop his flashes. First guy needs to drop his flashes too, molly, flash, flash. If you really want to make sure you secure long, you molly door, you molly blue, you make sure your player can get towards pit. On average, that long smoke does come about, so you can counter their long smoke with yours to create the line to access towards pit, or you could go through it in front of blue. There's many options and variations that they could execute just to ensure that map control.
And you can see that lack of experience coming through just with them not investing into the utility when they can as well. But that's why we have these events and these competitions, is to develop the scenes and regions. Yeah, Dodie. Fire does hurt. So does the second huge. Good kill though from the MP9. Flashes are decent. More where that came from though. Audacity looking to make her mark on the defense. At least some kills come through. 3v3.
Yeah, it's Matrix outside the B door looking to hang on. Low HP on the side of Dodie. couldn't really give an advantage to Outlaws on this retake because the B side is close to impossible with a 3v3, pending on the post plant, of course, from the attacking side. Labrador, an extra Molotov to just slow down the retake even further. That's a one-way.
Yeah.
That's cheeky as hell. Rizzo pushes through the smoke. Labrador does the same, complimenting on a frag. And that's Wicked, looking to fall back and get some consolidation frags. But unfortunately, Labrador smells blood on the water, hunts him down.
Of course, Outlaws, should they lose here, which is looking like the imminent result, this would be their end of the run at the Intel Africa Masters. As Sam said on the desk, though, it's not like they just begun their journey here, Tools. It's been a hell of a ride to get to this point, to get to the LAN finals. We started with 2 sets of open qualifiers. 8 teams from each open qualifier went to the closed qualifier. That was a 16-team Swiss stage. The top 8 from there went into the regional finals, which was a playoff bracket. The winning team of the regional finals, you guessed it, they qualified for the LAN finals. So it's been a journey for Outlaws to get to this point, Tools.
Yeah, a long way to Gondor, Matt.
That's true. It's not just a 2-match special.
Not at all, not at all.
Listen, the feet have gotten a little bit sore, guys, so we've taken a little bit of a variation here in terms of casting tools.
We've opted for the better view.
Yeah, exactly. Joining you guys here with the big screen right now. More of the same in towards the B-bomb side. 15AvgGang, they've got this one waxed right now. Doesn't even matter if they trade or not, they get the control.
Yeah, this goes back to protocol. So I explained how the usual process and method is to take long. I'm going to tell you about B. So
Okay.
number one thing you need to do is make sure there's a molly, a flash heading into upper B funnels, or a molly nade combo, but there has to be a combo. Just to, one, make it harder for the terrorists to go through that choke point, because most of the times they'll be throwing the smoke of their own on the Molotov to create that access, but if they do that, the flash catches them, obscures vision, or the nade slows them down. And it's just an easy ace, if anything. Most of the aces and dust too are picked up towards that B area.
I mean, think about how much damage that would actually inflict if they did throw that set of utility you were mentioning here with how aggressive 15AvgGang are playing. 1 molly, 1 nade, you probably guarantee a kill to start off the round at that point.
And these guys, we've seen them time after time. They'll tank 80 damage on that Molotov just to get through the choke point.
Yeah, that's true. They've been going through the mollies every single
Woo!
time.
Clean.
That's a beautiful tap coming through there. Perhaps some more where that came from. Now they're just styling on their opponents.
They're learning how to tap, because remember, when they're all the way in Algeria with 80 ping,
Yeah.
you cannot tap.
That's true. It's all about the spray.
It's all about making sure you can get them dead as fast as possible.
Feels good, right?
Feels good, man.
I mean, a clean one tap must be right up there with some of the best feelings in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I'd say up there with clutching.
Yeah.
And when you throw a flashbang and your teammate gets the kill and says, nice flash.
Compliments are beautiful.
But when nice flash, that one really gets the juices flowing.
Especially when they gasp and say, oh my God, you just saved my life.
yeah, that was a
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, and it's rare. Not many people show pleasantry and post compliments here and there.
Tools.
But this is the 2 versus 1. This could be the first time or the second
No, the
round on
bomb's
the board.
ticking.
Yeah, it's an important objective, no?
Yeah, it's part of winning the round. In fact, you've got to defuse that C4. And while they do get majority of the kills in the round, it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid, to win the round. And that is a lot for 15AvgGang Tools.
And you take what you can get.
You're looking good, man.
No, you. Glowing.
It has
the Rage
been...
Expo.
Yeah, it's so good to be back. 3 years, Tools.
Man, it's a long time.
11-1.
Jump spot towards middle. I thought he hit that.
Go on, lad.
Eyes are deceiving me a little. There we go. They've stopped the B rush. They've stopped the long rush. This looks like a better round. This looks like a round they could be picking up. Based on how things starts to turn out. Anti-glide walk into middle. Unfortunately, can't readjust and land that shot. Lebricor quicker on the trigger. It's Wicked.
Oh, no.
You can see the shake of the mouse. A bit of panic. Help, help. No one at home.
Thought we had Kiabi on the server there for a second.
Oh, Lich Lord.
He was in the crowd somewhere earlier.
Really?
Yeah, he was, Mr. Liam Webster.
Nice.
Doxed him.
A former Durbanite, as have I.
Clean round coming through from 15AvgGang. Maybe not as clean as we've seen some of their past wins, but it doesn't look like they're trying to win their rounds right with clean Counter-Strike right now. Just pushing mid, pushing short, pushing long. Imposing themselves.
It's nice to see. I think they got the Algerian coach helping them out, or that's just a general discussion? No.
That is the Algerian team there.
Okay. But I thought they would have swapped sides, otherwise.
No, but you have to do the peripherals and everything.
Yeah, okay, that's admin.
That's admin tools, exactly. We try and reduce that as much as we can, yeah.
Work smart, not hard.
There we go. So, missed Molly coming through there. That's what you were referring to, throwing that Molotov to try and gain the control. They missed the Molly, and with that, unfortunately, they get overrun.
Mr. Producer, your microphones are exquisite.
They catch everything, tools.
Yeah. Okay, 3 versus 4. 12-1. I don't think 15AvgGang are going to let the pedal off here. They're not going to chill. They're not going to calm down.
I mean, it's also in their best interest to finish this off as quickly as they can, because then they get to go home and they get to prep more for that grand final tomorrow as well, with a little bit more rest.
Labrador facing adversity but weathers the storm. He's got his boy with him and they're all just collecting their own.
Oh! Panic jump sucks.
Yeah.
Do you jump with scroll wheel tools?
It's got me a few times, yeah.
So you do use scroll to jump?
Scroll and spacebar, I'll use both.
You use both?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you're transitioning while you're fighting, you always want to use spacebar. But if you're just trying to beat times and beat spawns, it's you use scroll.
That's the one I've always wondered. How do people jump shoot when they use scroll to jump?
Crazy.
Do you use your middle finger to scroll?
I've seen those people do it, and it's weird. It's strange.
Don't associate with those. Those are weird people tools. Stay well away from them. That's the only indication you need.
You want to couple those with those who use inverse mouse.
Oh, mate. Join them in the conversation with the guys who use mouse button 1 to go forward, like Mezzy. Have you heard about that?
Never.
Mouse button 1 to move forward, man.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. It'll be interesting to see strangest config. A little content piece on that.
Yeah, true. That would be a cool video series, actually.
Yeah. I don't know, one player in the world, too, actually, used inverse mouse. That's Fasha from Fnatic and Invert from South Africa. A former cheater, they would say.
Why would you use inverse mouse?
I know. It's psychological. I do know that.
I think I've heard that the only school of thought I've heard is that it's faster to flick up than it is to flick down. And in Counter-Strike, you look up to take fights a lot more than you look down.
Fair.
So that's the only logic I've heard, is that it's quicker to move your mouse in that direction and then actually end up going up. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe it. It's just what I've been told.
Yeah, I need data. I need data to verify that. Bit of a tech issue. We'll get that resolved very shortly. As you can see, fantastic setup, comfortable Cougar gaming chairs, best equipment.
I do like the Algerian flag there on the back of the chair.
Yes.
Of Dodi. Fun fact: his name used to be Madala.
Madala.
Yeah, in Zulu that means old man. No.
Old man. Bali.
Yeah. And he's the youngest in the group. So.
Oh, irony there.
There he is with his Lakers cap on. When Bravado see a picture of him on Mirage, they get PTSD.
No, go back.
Wake up in cold sweats.
Yeah, I bought the strat. And I wonder in the best of 5 how that will kind of look. That's two. We get to see not too much from the Algerians. As I don't think they'll be implementing the entire playbook now. They'll just be, showing off who goes where on the default. Scotty up at the scoreboard there against Matrix. Razio can't finish off his food there towards B. Wicked. Fantastic frag there. Didn't look too much. Meantime, the A site was falling. Wasn't aware of that though. Razio.
Oh, mate.
High ground, and it's almost as if they enjoy being in the flames.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's very hot in Algeria, so maybe it just makes them feel at home a little bit. I'm not sure.
Mimic the temperature.
Yeah, Rizo, you need to get back in the KZ server, my man. Maybe not the DM server. Clean taps coming through, 14-1, complete and utter domination as expected, and everybody chipping in as well.
Yeah.
All between 18 and 11 frags.
All positive. What you'd like to see.
Yeah.
CEO of Bait. All right. I like the tags.
At least it's not like he's hiding that, right? He just tells you off the bat.
I like honesty. If you tell me you're going to bait me, I'll say, cool. Just make sure you finish off the frag.
Exactly.
I cannot die in vain, my friend.
I feel like baiting's got a very bad rep, though, because there's actually some cases in CS that it's really important to bait each other.
You must. Low HP, bait the guy, make sure you can capitalize off too. If you got a bait and switch, so obviously that's what it's called, a bait and switch is low. Not even letting them fall into the strategy they plan, running at them, balls to the wall.
Oh, anti-Vlad. Boys, I'm in the B bomb site. Let's get the bomb down here.
Guys.
Looks behind him. Everyone's dead, and he is as well.
Yeah,
Reality strikes.
Exactly, he gets into the sights. Like, guys, I mean, it's just that easy. Just hold W. But unfortunately, Counter-Shock doesn't work that way. Every avenue has a counter path. Oh yes, 15-1. A smashing, if you will. Ooh, that's what the Scout does at long range. A lot of people would purchase it out of spite. Spiking, outdone by the Mac-10 at long range. It's lateral call from long. Trying to stop the bleed, and things are, is what I say, turning to the favor of Outlaws, but negative. I lie, take the bat effective immediately. One player remaining alive, and that's Matrix sitting on 4 HP, so there's not much hope left, and that's it. 16-1. The first map going in favor of 15AvgGang. Expected. Not much of a fight was put up, but at the end of the day, you know, they got the way here through the qualifiers. Nigeria, one more map to play with.